heavy duty reviews coming at you with another after range review, after shooting review of the guns and how they did. This was as you can see, this is very weathered and rolled up and everything else because it started raining really bad when we were shooting the Model 19-2 and the Model 66 No Dash. But in the end, I got it right there in the center ring and got them both right there around the bullseye. Even hit the bullseye a couple of times. But I still didn't really get them sighted in like I wanted because it was raining so hard. I did get the Model 629 that I customized. I got it right there in the bullseye. Just couldn't ask for sighting it any better. Speaking of the Model 629, and my guns got wet, so I wiped them off as good as I could. Left them overnight in the VCI paper that I got from Smith and Wesson. And this is, I haven't cleaned it or anything, it's still, but I did a lot of work to this gun, including a trigger job, completely smoothing up and slicking up the internals, some Wilson Combat spring kit, sanding and shining the finish, and these new handy grip looks like vintage Smith & Wesson grips, and I refinished them using Big Swole 58's method, which is awesome. But I haven't cleaned them. There's no cracking, there's no anything like that. They held up really good. They were as wide as they're as wide and as they really fill your hand up like the vintage Smith & Wesson grips. They even look like them. You really can't tell the difference. And using the method, I didn't like how they came. They were kind of dull, so I used Big Swole 58's method of varnishing them and refinishing them. And they held up really good. There's nothing wrong with the grips, but this is a real shooter. I carry this gun. It's a 4-incher. I carry it in that. No, wait, that's not the holster I carry it in. I don't have the holster out here that I carried in. Oh wait, yeah, I do. This is an Azula holster, and it is awesome. It's double stitched. It's got the extra support right there. They are from South Africa. So buy an Azula holster. I like Taguea holsters. I have one for my Beretta PX4 Storm 40 Smith & Wesson. And I've got this one for my Model 66 No Dash and 19-2. As I won't be carrying them both at the same time, they use the same holster. And it's Azula, great holsters. Like I said, I didn't really, if you guys watch the videos of me, the shooting and sighting in, I didn't really get to finish. Love this Model 19-2. It's got that bright blue finish. It's got a little bit of holster wear, but wouldn't have it any other way. This is I painted the sights. It had original black sights. I painted them, and it looks like I painted them. They have the vintage. I actually have the correct. This is a Model 19-2 from 1963. I have the Goncaco Alves diamond grips, the target grips that go with this. But I like the speed loader grips because this is an everyday carry, and in case I have to speed load. So, yeah, this is a great gun. Let me see if I can do this. If I can open up the cylinder. With just one hand. Of course, it's pinned and recessed. The cylinder is, if I can make it, is recessed. I still need to clean them. And it has the pin barrel, as do all Smith & Wessons from that era. But these are good grips. I got them from eBay. Target, still vintage Target grips. Nothing wrong with them. Did a little refinishing on these two. But this gun shoots really well. But the real jewel of my collection, well, they're both jewels, is the Smith & Wesson Model 66 No Dash. This has the stainless steel sights, which is very desirable. It has the semi-target hammer, semi-target trigger. It is pinned, and it has the recessed cylinders. But this thing is so sweet to shoot. It's a dream to shoot. It has as good a trigger as the 19-2, if not better. I do have the original grips for this one too. I just put these on because it had the speed loader cut out. But these are vintage, I think 1980 Smith & Wesson grips. And I did a lot of work to this one too. It's dirty right now and it needs cleaned. But I sanded and polished it and got all the marks off of it. All these guns are unloaded, by the way. This whole side plate was so scratched up it looked like someone took a knife and intentionally just scratched it up. But it's now using Big Soul 58s, sanding and shining or polishing method. Got all the, it's a 1970s, early 70s, because it's got the stainless steel sights. I'm going to get a letter from the Smith & Wesson Historical Society. I need to get some lead cloth and get those burn rings off as well. I didn't shoot it very much because it started raining a whole lot yesterday. It was just raining really hard, and we got everything wet. I got everything out here drying off. I collect Smith & Wesson everything, including ammo, signs, guns, cases, you name it. I collect Smith & Wesson everything. As a matter of fact, I've even got the original Smith & Wesson. This is the original VCI paper that came with the Model 66 No Dash. As you can tell, it is a Model 66 that's worn off a little bit, but this is the actual box, and it still has the paperwork like Smith & Wesson knives, Smith & Wesson holsters. I have an extra side plate because I thought I was going to have to replace it, but I got it out. So there's that. The original Smith & Wesson owner's manual, the original Smith & Wesson warranty card. The original Smith & Wesson authorized Smith & Wesson warranty service centers. Got all that. And, this box is in pretty good shape for what it is. It is a 66 No Dash. So I'm very lucky to have that. I've also got the Smith & Wesson Model 19 box. It's in pretty good shape. 4-inch barrel, 19-2. This is the original Smith & Wesson ammo. When they used to make ammo, I wish they still made ammo. Here's the owner's manual, the warranty card. None of these warranty cards are filled out, by the way. I wonder if I could, I'm pretty sure I can't fill them out now and have them actually be warranted. It's another, tells you about the ammo on the box. The box itself has the warranty stuff in it. It's dated 1955. That's what all of them from that era dated. It's not the actual manufacture date of the gun. It was 1963 because I contacted Smith & Wesson and asked them and gave them my serial number, and they said, oh yeah, that's a 1963 gun. But yeah, it's got all the let me put this back in here, get all my stuff right. But yeah, the guns got wet, so I wiped them off as well as I could, and then I wrapped them in VCI paper all night in their boxes. So that's why they're out there. Even the ammo got wet. I'm using this, by the way, this PMC Bronze Hunting 357 Magnum ammo, and the velocity on this was 1471, and this is 158 grain. So this stuff was really impressive. I mean, it was shooting pretty hard, but the grips on these things just soak it up. I don't really know why anyone would need a rubber grip. You speed shoot and everything. I didn't do any of that yesterday, but I could have, and it wouldn't hurt my fingers at all, or my palm of my hand, or the way above between your thumb and your forefinger. And these grips feel great when you're shooting. They're very comfortable for the 629. The handicraft grips, I would definitely buy these again. They were about $60. They give you a discount on their website, and you really can't tell the difference between these and vintage Smith & Wesson grips. They've even got the sort of off-color silver medallions. So yeah. Next step is to get my leading cloth, clean these up, except for the blued one, of course, and then actually clean them. Had a great time shooting yesterday. We even shot my wife's Derringer and her Walther P22. I'm not going to make a video on that though. But yeah, by the time I was done, I got it in the center. My shots I was adjusting as I went, and then it started raining, and I didn't really get to fully adjust it. So, it was right there in the bullseye. I hit the bullseye several times with the Model 66 and 19-2. The Model 19 was actually developed by Bill Jordan in conjunction with Smith & Wesson as the perfect patrolman's sidearm. And Elmer Keith is the one who actually developed in 1935, or was instrumental in developing the Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum cartridge, as well as later on the 44 Magnum cartridge. And this is the 44 Magnum ammo I was using, HSM, which is really awesome. It's it's not the hottest ammo, but it's great practice ammo. I did shoot some of the hottest ammo yesterday, which was my and before we started recording, I shot my 6 extra rounds of Underwood ammo. Now that stuff is hot. That will hurt your hand. But this stuff is medium. I don't know, much milder than the Underwood. But I always carry the Underwood because it's hot stuff and it's accurate. But HSM is American made, and I support them 100%. Great ammo. No misfires or no anything like that. I need to put this back in there. Because I forgot to earlier. But yeah, it's kind of hard to find a 66 no dash with the stainless steel sights. I lucked up and found this at my local dealer. It was distressed, so I got a really good deal on it. But I'm going to clean these up, and I will see you guys later.